Hey there, welcome back. Let's continue our journey. Now let us discuss about the class path scan and starting the local Tomcat point. So if I show you the console and if we check in here, we can easily make out that our application is loading couple of things. One of the lines says looking for controller advice, and then it maps the URL pattern /welcome, and it maps this particular URL pattern to the specific method which is inside org.studyeasy package, and the name of the class is web controller and name of the method is welcome. So this proves that definitely there is a class path scan in the background done by the run method. So the Spring Boot is opinionated and class path scan is indeed done by the Spring Boot engine. Alright, now moving forward, in here we have ran this particular application on where we haven't added any server on the web server. Let me show you. If I navigate to window and if I show the server tab, in here we have this server. Let me expand this, but it is stopped. Even though this server is stopped, I can also remove this. Even then, our application is running, our home page is there. This proves that definitely Tomcat local instance is present when we execute our Spring Boot application. So again, this is cool. Now finally, let us try to understand what happens if we navigate to this particular URL pattern welcome. So in here, if I navigate to welcome, then the welcome page will be loaded and here is the output. Perfect. Now let us navigate to our application once again and let us do one small little thing. For example, in here I delete this welcome.html file, for example, and let us quickly create a yet another JSP file, and we will give the same name as welcome.jsp. Alright, so now we have this JSP file, right? So we will give the title as JSP file and the body as welcome, for example. Alright, so this looks good to me, and when it comes to controller, let us return welcome.jsp now. Alright, so this is good. This is nice. Now let us relaunch this application. So we will click on this small little icon, relaunch application, and our web server, the local web server, will restart. Here is our console. So this will restart and it will take a couple of seconds. Application is started. Let us navigate to our web browser. Our home page will load properly, but now if I navigate to the welcome page, something special will happen. In here, a welcome file will get downloaded. So if I open this welcome file, this is the exact file which we have created, but somehow the file is not getting rendered. And the reason being, by default, our application doesn't support rendering of JSP file. What is the solution? Solution is very simple. We will add in a dependency. We will add in a jar file which will render the JSP file. So let us search for Tomcat embed Jasper. Alright. And the first search result is by Maven. So let us navigate to the first search result, and there are like multiple versions. Now how to choose the correct version for our application? So check the dependencies, and if we check the dependency, the Tomcat embedded version is, let me show you real quick, it's 8.5.34. So we will go with the same version, 8.5.34. Here it is, and we will download this particular dependency. And the way is very simple. We will simply copy this particular part and we will minimize this. We will open up our application, and now we need to open the pom.xml file. Here is the pom.xml file. Let me expand this. Alright, so here are the dependency. So we will add the dependency somewhere and we will save the changes. Alright, so this looks good. It will build the workspace in couple of seconds. And now let us relaunch this application once again. Here we go. So this is taking some time. And now hopefully we would be able to run our application without any error. Alright, everything is good enough. Mapping is loaded. Everything is good. Alright, so now let us navigate to the home page, and finally let us also navigate to the welcome page. And here is the output. Perfect. So the output is welcome, and let me also show you. Here is our file which displays welcome and title as JSP file, title as JSP file. Definitely our file is working properly and our application is also working properly. Alright, now moving forward, let us try to understand what happens. For example, if we try to move these two files to a different location, then how to handle the scenario and how to override the default values. Now, for example, inside this webinf folder, I create a new folder by the name of view. And inside this folder, we move these two files. Now, definitely the links would be broken. And now, if we try to navigate to these location, then there would be this error, right? How to handle the scenario? This scenario can be easily handled by taking help of this application.property file. Now, this application.property file can be used like in multiple ways in setting multiple application related properties, as the name suggests. So in here we can like override couple of things, and one of the example is overriding the view related stuff. For example, in here we can give the value of prefix and suffix. So now if we keep our files inside the view file, then it's okay because we have already given the prefix value. Apart from that, we have also given the default extension which is .jsp in here. So let us navigate to this view file and convert the HTML file to a JSP file. We will simply change the extension and that's perfectly fine. And now we are good to go. So again, if I, for example, rerun this application and then try to, for example, check out our home page, then it should load now. Here we go. And if I try to navigate to the welcome file, again, it should load, but there is some kind of error. It says welcome.jsp.jsp. Now, why it happened? Let me show you. In here, if I show you the controller, in here, as we have already given the suffix value, giving the suffix manually is not required. So we will simply type in welcome and that's it, in fact. Alright, so let me quickly relaunch this application and it should work. It will work, in fact. Everything seems to be good enough. We have configured this application properly. The application is up and running. Let me refresh the page. And here is the output. Alright, so the home page and our JSP page both are working perfect. Alright, so this is how easily we can like build application. We can load JSP file and HTML files. Alright, so that's it for today, and I will catch you with a new topic related to Spring Boot in our next video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.